My name is Mara Keller, book editor. 29, A Quiet Life in San Francisco. June 4th started like any other day. Oat milk latte. Inbox full of unread manuscripts. I didn't know that would be the last morning I'd ever feel normal. That night at 3:17 a.m., I woke up to my smart lights blinking. Then my Bluetooth speaker powered on by itself. A voice. Distorted, robotic. Just one phrase. I'm watching. I laughed it off. A software glitch? But something felt wrong. I checked the speaker logs. No recent connections. That's when I got the first text. Sleep well, Mara. No number. No contact name. I told Jonah, my best friend. Tech guy. Funny. Always skeptical. He chuckled. Probably a troll. Someone playing with your Wi-Fi. But that night, I found a message written on my mirror. Lipstick. Mine. Don't trust Jonah. The handwriting was shaky, like it was written in a rush. I called Jonah. Voicemail. When I went through my front door footage, someone had disabled the camera. Not deleted, replaced, with a fake loop of nothing. Over the next week, things escalated. My password changed, then changed again. My landlord said I requested a key copy. Someone had been inside, without ever breaking in. I stopped sleeping, watched the hallway for hours. One night, I saw him. Jonah, just standing outside my door. Not knocking, not moving, just standing. I opened the door. He looked startled. I was checking on you, he said, but his hands were shaking. I asked, why did you lie about the smart speaker? He didn't answer, just left. That night, I installed a hidden camera. I left town the next morning, stayed at a friend's in Sausalito. When I came back and reviewed the footage, Jonah again. In my apartment, talking into a burner phone. She's getting too close. I didn't know what close meant. What was I close to? I searched Jonah's name online. Nothing alarming until I found a tech blog post. He'd interned at a biotech firm, Novalinth Systems. I called Alina, my ex. Hacker, brilliant, paranoid. She still cared. She traced the texts, all routed through a dead Novalinth server. Then she looked at me and asked, did your mom ever work in biotech? My mom died in a lab fire 5 years ago. She never talked about her work. Alina found her name, Dr. Elise Keller, listed in Project Memory Key. My blood froze. She had been developing a memory encryption system. And I was the storage device. On the night she died, someone uploaded encrypted files into my phone. Buried, but still there. Alina unlocked fragments. A list of names. Payments. Recordings of men in suits discussing acceptable casualties. Then Alina's computer bricked. Black screen. Someone knew we were digging. We moved again. This time into a cabin with no internet. And that's when Jonah showed up. He was calm. No fear. He said, you have something that doesn't belong to you. Alina pulled a gun. Jonah just smiled. You have no idea what you're protecting. That night, the cabin was broken into. We barely escaped. Jonah didn't follow. Someone else did. Black SUV. No plates. Chased us for 3 counties. We've been hiding in Idaho now. We uploaded everything. Distributed it to journalists. Most ignored it. A few called us insane. But one responded. She said her father died the same night my mother did. Also worked for Novalinth. She'd been getting the same messages. This isn't just my story. There are others. People used as vessels. Secrets locked inside minds. Some of them died without ever knowing why. So I'm telling you now, on camera, because I may not survive this. But if they find me, they can't silence all of us. Look for the phrase, memory key is active. Jonah was just a pawn. But the real enemy? They're still out there. And they're still watching. Don't let my silence be the end. Don't trust what you remember. Trust what you feel. That's how I survived. My name is Mara Keller, 29 years old. Book editor, average life. I lived alone in a 6th-floor apartment just off Valencia Street in San Francisco. On June 4th, I died. Or at least, someone wanted me to. It started with a glitch. My smart lights flickered at 3:17 a.m. I chalked it up to city power lines. But then my bedroom speaker came on. A voice, distorted, robotic, just said, I'm watching. I froze. But by the time I found my phone, the speaker had cut out. I told myself it was a prank. I wanted it to be a prank. The next day I told Jonah, my best friend since college. He brushed it off. You watch too many thrillers, he laughed. But then I found a message on my mirror, written in lipstick. Mine. Don't trust him. I hadn't written it, and I hadn't seen anyone enter or leave my place. Jonah started acting different, avoiding eye contact, canceling plans. And then I noticed something terrifying. Every time I spoke to him about what was happening, my phone would buzz. From a blocked number. He knows. I installed a hidden camera in my apartment. That night, I left pretending to visit my sister in Berkeley. When I came back and watched the footage, I saw him, Jonah, with a key. He walked in like he owned the place, sat at my kitchen table, and whispered something to himself. She's getting close. I confronted him. I had to. He laughed at first. Then he went cold. You're not supposed to know. And that's when I realized something else. He wasn't working alone. My building's doorman, Victor, started ignoring me. The barista across the street stopped smiling. I felt watched, paranoid, but I wasn't crazy. I found a small device under my couch, a tracker. I Googled the serial number. It was military grade. I ran, packed a bag, left the city. But even then, the texts followed me. You're next. I reached out to the only person I thought I could trust, my ex, Alina, a hacker. Brilliant, paranoid. She cracked the signal behind the messages. It was routed through 3 private servers. One of them belonged to a biotech firm called Novalinth, a place Jonah used to intern. That's when Alina said something I'll never forget. Mara, I think you were part of something, maybe without even knowing. And she was right. My mother, who died 5 years ago, used to work at Novalinth. She was on a project involving neuromapping, memory encryption, tech that could store secrets inside a person's mind. She died in a fire, or so I thought. Alina discovered hidden files on my phone, encrypted, buried. But they weren't planted recently. They were uploaded the night my mother died. Somehow I was carrying data, information, maybe even proof of something dangerous. Jonah wasn't the villain. He was the cleanup. I was a walking vault, and someone wanted to crack me open. I'm recording this now in a motel 200 miles from home. If you're seeing this, I may be gone, but I refuse to be erased. Look for the files. Search Project Memory Key. And remember, if they erased me, they can erase you too.